What could terrify 9 experienced hikers so badly that they cut their way out of their own tent in the middle of a frozen Siberian night and ran barefoot into the darkness? On the night of February 2nd, 1959, something happened in the remote Ural Mountains of the former Soviet Union. Something so strange, so disturbing, that more than 60 years later, people still argue over what truly happened. Some blame an avalanche, others whisper about secret military experiments. Some claim strange lights were seen in the sky, and a few believe the mountain itself was hiding something ancient and terrible. This is the story of the Dyatlov Pass incident, one of the most chilling, unsolved mysteries in modern history. The journey began with 10 young Soviet hikers. They were experienced, strong, highly trained. Many were certified ski trekkers, capable of surviving some of the harshest conditions on Earth. Their leader was a 23-year-old engineering student named Igor Dyatlov. The expedition's goal was ambitious: travel deep into the northern Ural Mountains and reach a remote peak known as Otorten. The mountain's name has often been translated as "Don't go there." Whether that translation is entirely accurate remains debated, but in hindsight, it sounds like a warning no one listened to. The hikers departed in late January. At first, everything seemed normal. They laughed, took photographs, kept journals, shared jokes around campfires. The surviving photographs recovered from their cameras show smiling faces, young people enjoying an adventure, completely unaware that they were walking toward one of the most infamous mysteries in history. One member of the group became ill and turned back before reaching the most dangerous section of the journey. That decision would save his life. The remaining 9 continued onward, into the wilderness, into the snow, into the darkness. The area they entered was known by the indigenous Mansi people as Kolatsiakl. Its name carries a sinister meaning. Mountain of the Dead. The wind there howls endlessly across barren slopes. Temperatures can plunge below -30 degrees Celsius. At night, there is nothing but darkness stretching across endless snowfields. No villages, no roads, no help, only the mountain, waiting. On February 1st, the group pitched their tent on an exposed mountainside. It was an unusual decision. Instead of descending to a forest below for shelter, they remained on the slope. Perhaps they wanted to save time. Perhaps they were exhausted. Whatever the reason, that tent would become the center of a nightmare. Sometime during the night, something happened. Something powerful enough to send 9 experienced hikers fleeing for their lives. Investigators later discovered a horrifying detail. The tent had been sliced open from the inside. Not the outside, the inside. Imagine that. You are trapped in a tent during a freezing Siberian night. Something happens, something so terrifying, that instead of using the entrance, you cut through the fabric and escape immediately. No time, no hesitation, only panic. The footprints found in the snow painted a disturbing picture. Several members of the group left the tent, wearing little or no footwear. Some were barefoot, others wore only socks. Yet temperatures outside were cold enough to kill a person within minutes. Why would experienced survivalists do that? What could possibly have frightened them more than freezing to death? No one knows. Weeks later, search teams finally discovered the first bodies beneath a giant cedar tree nearly a mile from the campsite. Evidence suggested they had attempted to build a fire. Broken branches high above indicated someone had climbed the tree. Perhaps they were looking back toward the tent, watching something, waiting for something, hoping it would leave. But whatever they saw, it never let them return. As the snow melted, more bodies were found scattered between the tree and the tent. It appeared some had attempted to make their way back to safety, back to supplies, back to warmth, but they never made it. One by one, they collapsed into the frozen darkness. The mountain claimed them all. Then came the final discoveries, and this is where the mystery becomes truly disturbing. The last 4 victims were found in a ravine beneath several meters of snow. Their injuries shocked investigators. One hiker suffered a fractured skull. Another had devastating chest injuries. The force involved was compared to that of a high-speed car crash. Yet strangely, there were few external wounds. It was as if immense pressure had crushed them from within. And then, there was the most infamous detail. One of the victims was missing her tongue. Part of her lips and facial tissue were also gone. For decades, this detail fueled terrifying theories. Had something attacked them? Had they encountered a creature? Something lurking in the wilderness? A predator? Something worse? Modern investigators suggest natural decomposition may explain the missing tissue. But the image remains horrifying. A frozen body discovered deep within a ravine. Silent, mutilated, buried beneath the snow. As investigators dug deeper, the mystery only grew. Some clothing recovered from the victims contained traces of radioactive contamination. Witnesses in the region reported strange, glowing orange spheres in the night sky around the same time. Military activity was rumored. Secret weapons tests were suspected. Government cover-ups were whispered about. The Soviet investigation eventually concluded with an eerie statement. The hikers had died because of a compelling natural force. No further explanation was given. Over the years, countless theories emerged. Avalanches, infrasound generated by the wind, secret military experiments, parachute mines, escaped prisoners, yetis, extraterrestrial encounters, interdimensional phenomena. Each theory explains some details. None explain everything, and that is what makes the Dyatlov Pass incident so terrifying. The pieces never fit together completely. In recent years, scientific studies have suggested a delayed slab avalanche may have played a role. The theory argues that snow shifted during the night, creating panic inside the tent. It is a plausible explanation, perhaps even the most likely. Yet many questions remain unanswered. Why were some injuries so severe? Why did experienced hikers behave so irrationally? Why did witnesses report strange lights in the sky? And why does the story still feel so deeply unsettling? Maybe because mysteries are often scarier than answers. Maybe because somewhere deep inside us, we know that nature can be far more terrifying than monsters. A mountain does not hate. It does not hunt. It does not feel pity. It simply waits, cold, silent, unmoving. And sometimes, people disappear within it. Even today, visitors who travel to Dyatlov Pass describe an overwhelming sense of isolation. The wind still sweeps across Kolatsyakh. Snow still buries old tracks. Darkness still falls over the mountain. Nothing has changed, except the names. 9 names now belong to the mountain forever. 9 people who stepped into the wilderness and never came back. So if you ever find yourself alone in the mountains, and the night wind begins to howl across the snow, listen carefully. Because somewhere beyond the darkness, beyond the frozen ridges, beyond the reach of reason, the mountain of the dead still stands. And on certain winter nights, when the storm is loud enough, some say the wind sounds almost human, like distant voices calling through the blizzard. Not screaming, not crying, just whispering, for someone to come outside.